Once upon a time in the ancient city of Damascus in Syria, there lived a venerable dervish. People believed that Allah had bestowed upon him such wisdom and insight that was far more valuable than any king's treasure. However, when you encountered him, you wouldn't guess that he possessed such wisdom. His clothes were old and tattered, his turban was always dusty, and he carried a simple wooden bowl in his hand to beg for alms. Keeping a small portion for himself and distributing the rest among other beggars and orphan children, he spent part of the night sleeping and the rest in worship of Allah. His life passed according to this simple routine. One morning, as the sun's rays fell upon the minaret of the mosque, a young merchant named Ghufran bin Saad, who was counted among the wealthy traders of Damascus, left his splendid palace and approached Sufi Noor Mohammad. His face gleamed with pride, and his gait was marked by arrogance. His clothes were so exquisite that onlookers would feel envy. Ghufran looked at the dervish and said, "O dervish, how much wealth do you possess? You've spent your entire life begging, stretching your hands before others, eating and drinking whatever you got, and then sleeping after worship. Is this even a life? Me, my trade is renowned in all the markets of Arabia. My caravans, laden with goods, travel to distant lands and return filled with wealth. Consider my intellect and age, and then reflect on your own age and intellect. Is this your wisdom, that you've grown old but accomplished nothing beyond begging? I don't acknowledge your intellect. If you had any, you would have used it to earn wealth instead of begging. For the one who has wealth is the true conqueror of fate." Sufi Noor Mohammad smiled gently and replied, "Son, you've mistaken your fate for wealth. But remember that until intellect surpasses fate, the true purpose of life remains unfulfilled." Ghufran laughed loudly and said, "All right, dervish, if your wisdom is so profound, come with me. I will give you a test. If you succeed, I will become your follower. Otherwise, you will have to leave this city." Sufi Noor Mohammad closed his eyes and simply said, "Whatever Allah wills." The next morning, Ghufran took Sufi Noor Mohammad to his magnificent mansion. He showed him a room with 3 doors, each locked and adorned with intricate carvings. Ghufran said, "Behind one of these 3 doors lies a treasure filled with gold coins. The other 2 doors conceal danger. One door, when opened, will release poisonous snakes, and the other will unleash a sea of flames. Use your insight to tell me which door to open." Sufi Noor Mohammad neither studied the carvings closely nor examined the structure of the locks. He simply fell into prostration and prayed, "O Allah, guide my heart to the right path so I may decide according to your will." Moments later, he opened the first door and entered a dark room where nothing was visible. Ghufran laughed and said, "Dervish, you've lost. This dark room is a sign of death." But at that moment, Sufi Noor Mohammad struck his staff on the ground and said, "Where darkness prevails, there begins the light." A skylight opened in the room, revealing a hidden treasure. When the treasure was opened, it contained gold coins and a piece of paper that read, "One who acts with wisdom never fails." This message dimmed the glow on Ghufran's face. For the first time, he realized that his wealth and business were nothing compared to Sufi Noor Mohammad's wisdom. But pride does not leave the heart easily. He thought to devise another test to prove the dervish worthless. One night, sitting on the roof of his mansion, Ghufran said to his advisor, "This dervish has humiliated me. People are abandoning me and considering him wise. I will give him a trial where neither intellect nor fate will work, only deceit and cunning will prevail." The advisor bowed his head and said, "Master, if he is truly Allah's servant, every unjust scheme can backfire." Ghufran replied, "This dervish has become a matter of my honor.